Hey there, this is Alula LV. Today we have a Louis Vuitton unboxing, but the box is a little bit smaller than what I usually feature on this channel. This is my first piece of Louis Vuitton fine jewelry. I'll show you what I got and how I style it with my everyday jewelry. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for coming by. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. This is Alula LV and I'm an avid luxury lover, particularly of Louis Vuitton, which we'll be talking about today. But I also like to make smart decisions with how I spend my money, as I'm sure you do too. That's why on this channel I share tips on how to make smarter luxury shopping decisions based on my own personal experiences as a luxury consumer. So today we're going to be talking about Louis Vuitton fine jewelry. This was quite a pricey piece, but I'm going to show you how I style this with my more affordably priced everyday fine jewelry. So let's take a look and see what I got. This is the box right here. This is from the latest collection that was just released, the Blossom Silhouette collection. This was released in two different waves. The first portion of this collection was released back in August. Those were the rose gold pieces, and they feature 18 karat rose gold with VVS graded diamonds. That is the highest grading of diamond below flawless. Then in October, the white gold pieces were released, and then these were set in 18 karat white gold, again with VVS diamonds. So I picked out one of the pieces. Let's unbox it and I'll show you what I got first before we talk a little bit more about it. And I had been obsessed with this collection since I knew it was coming. I talked about it a lot with my husband, and he very graciously bought this for me for our wedding anniversary, which was in the beginning of October. The beginning of November. October was when these pieces were released. So here's the box, and let's just take a moment to appreciate the packaging. I'll set the box down, and there's a little crumb on top, but it has this beautiful dark blue box with a little vachetta leather tab. And inside the orange box, before I forget, there is a little drawer at the bottom. And when you open it up, their fine jewelry does come with a travel pouch. So it's just a plain navy blue, it looks like a microfiber pouch. It's stamped with Louis Vuitton across the front. I really love that they do include this travel pouch with the fine jewelry pieces, and it even has its own little drawer where you can safely keep it stored. Now let's look at the main box, and again we see Louis Vuitton stamped on top. We'll open it up, and I picked out the Blossom Silhouette ring. There were two rings in this collection. I went with the smaller of the two rings. The other ring was the Blossom Open ring, a very big ring, very beautiful, but I knew that I wanted to wear this piece more with my everyday jewelry. I didn't want to save it for special occasions, so I went with the smaller ring, which I thought would be easier to style and wear every day. So here you can see how beautifully that looks. This I purchased in the size 55, which is equivalent to a US ring size 7. So I wanted to be able to switch it between my ring finger on my right hand, and on my left hand I can wear this on my middle finger. My ring sizes are different on my left hand versus my right hand. So on my left hand, I can wear this on my middle finger next to my wedding set. So here we have that. I'm going to switch this back to my right hand. And this was quite expensive. This was priced at $3,750. But again, this is 18 karat white gold. And each of the four corners of the ring, you can see there are diamonds. There was a little bit of drama with this purchase. So let me explain, because if you're thinking of buying a piece of Louis Vuitton fine jewelry, I think this is pretty important to know. I talked with a few other people about this that I knew owned fine jewelry from Louis Vuitton, and nobody else knew about this. So when it was sent to our house, I was looking at the ring and I was heartbroken at first because it looked like there was a nick. On the inside of the ring, you can see several markings. There's also a little dark spot, and it was hard to see because the ring band is quite thin. But I took a photo of it and I sent it to my CA, and I just said that I'd received the ring. I loved it. It was beautiful, but unfortunately, it looks like there's a nick on the inside of the ring. And I was thinking I would either have to send this back for repair, or I would either have to return it and exchange it for a new ring, because this was completely unacceptable. But then, surprisingly, he wrote back to me and said, no, that's supposed to be there. It's actually a Louis Vuitton marking. To be honest with you, I still don't think it looks like a marking. It doesn't look like the LV stamp or any marking that I would expect. But he then sent me a photo of one of his pieces of Louis Vuitton fine jewelry. And lo and behold, inside his ring is the same exact mark. I asked a few of my friends that I know also own a Louis Vuitton fine jewelry. None of them had recognized this mark. It didn't occur to them that it was supposed to be there. So I completely thought this was a mistake, and I was very relieved to know that I did not have to return or repair this ring, and I could just go on wearing it and enjoying it. And I wanted to share that tidbit with you because I was not expecting it. I had no idea that this was a marking. So there you go. If you happen to get a piece of Louis Vuitton fine jewelry and you notice that mark, don't worry, it's supposed to be there. I didn't want to save this as a special occasion piece. I wanted to use and enjoy this every day. And I love this ring for everyday wear because it's not too huge, and also the ring sits flush on the top of my finger. So this does not snag on any of my pieces of clothing or when I'm going in and out of my bags. This sits flush. It's very flat, so it doesn't snag on anything. Unlike my diamond on my engagement ring here that sticks out, this snags on a lot of things. So this is actually a really great ring for everyday wear. So lately I've been wearing it mostly on my right hand. Here we have it, and then I wear my wedding set on my other hand. And really quickly, I'll just show it to you because I think it's interesting. I'm actually wearing my mom's engagement ring. My mom passed away almost 20 years ago, which feels very weird to say, but she passed before I was engaged. So I knew when I got married, I wanted to wear her engagement ring as a way to remember her. My parents didn't have a lot of money when they were married, so my dad actually picked this up from a secondhand jewelry store. When my husband proposed to me, we went to the jeweler to have it cleaned, resized. A couple of these little side stones had to be replaced, and we had it appraised. And I found out that this setting is all handmade, and the setting is from approximately the 1950s, but the jeweler could tell from the cut of the stone. This is a transitional cut. So she estimated that the age of the diamond was actually from around turn of the century, and it's in this beautiful handmade setting from circa the 1950s. And then for my necklace, I've been wearing this solo pendant from Idol. I featured them in my luxury gifts under $1,000 video. That video was sponsored. However, this mention of Idol is not sponsored. I've just been genuinely loving their jewelry, and I love this solo pendant. It's a lab grown diamond set in 14 karat white gold. So I've been wearing this from Idol for my day-to-day necklace. And here is the ear cuff that I swear I've been wearing, but of course, when I pulled my hair up for filming, I forgot to put it back on. So I have actually been wearing my power ear cuff from Idol. I've been wearing this so much. I wasn't sure how much I would like the ear cuff, but I love it. And it's actually been quite noticeable. A lot of people have complimented me on it. So this is my other everyday jewelry, the ear cuff, my rings, and the necklace. I also really love wearing Swarovski jewelry for every day. This is the Attract cuff bracelet. This was about, I think, $145. I purchased this last year, and it's super easy to take on and off. It just hinges open. And I love Swarovski. I'll link to all of this jewelry. I'll link to all of it below. And if you're interested in more content relating to jewelry, I can show you more of my jewelry collection, maybe some more deals on jewelry. Let me know if you're interested in that at all. And comment below, let me know if you own any fine jewelry from Louis Vuitton or other luxury brands. What are the pieces you really love for everyday wear? And as always, don't forget to come back every Friday for new videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.